Hi, Zoe.
Hi, Cammy.
It's nice to see you again in person. We're in San Francisco for Super Bowl weekend at the Brand Innovators Summit, the Sports Marketing Summit. So you are the CMO of Genentech, and tell us a little bit about what it is that entails.
Yeah, it's great to be here. So happy that the Super Bowl is in San Francisco this year.
Yes.
This is month 4 as the Chief Marketing Officer of Genentech, but it's my 16th year at Genentech. And what that essentially means is I am accountable for the marketing of our suite of products across the enterprise, but also I think more importantly, and why we're here today, is to imagine and define the future of what marketing is and how we can get our clinical medicines to patients the fastest as possible at Genentech.
That's amazing.
As fast as possible.
16 years at Genentech. That's a long time. How much has the business changed since you first started?
The business has changed tremendously. What is incredible is that we are celebrating our 50th anniversary as the original biotech, and it started right here in the Bay Area. And it's really incredible to see the evolution. And then, we'll talk about getting ready for the future. But what hasn't changed and why I'm truly still at Genentech is the focus on patients from the very beginning. And I share this because early on, when I was in meetings with senior leaders making really tough decisions about our medicine, about pricing, about access, about drug development, many of the executives and senior leaders that I admire across the board would say, what decision would we make if a patient was sitting right here in the room next to us? And that focus, that obsession with getting more medicines to patients faster has never changed, even though our business and our marketed products have completely changed.
That's amazing. So your obsession with building a durable brand starts with essentially an obsession with customer and how it is that you actually deliver for customer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when we talked, you had talked about how, you made this amazing parallel about that and about the NFL and their durable brand. Talk a little bit about that. You said something so incredible about that. I want everyone to hear it.
Sure. So I think we can learn so much from the NFL and truly professional athletes and the enterprise in general. In terms of durable brand specifically, I think the NFL has its core values that have been the same for eternity, right, for their existence. But what changes is the environment that they're in is so dynamic. Every single year, they have a new roster, right? They have new competition, the environment, the variables, everything around them for their circumstance changes, and they adapt immediately, and they do it with the highest caliber of performance, and that is just absolutely incredible. And so when you think about a durable brand that keeps its core the same, but then has that agility, that is what I think about with the NFL.
Yeah, and you know a little bit about that because you yourself were a college athlete.
Not in NFL, not in football.
No, same. But so some of the intangibles that you may have picked up on when you were a college athlete, do you take any of that with you in terms of how it is that you hold yourself accountable and how it is that you might hire even your own team?
Sure. So you kind of slip that in, right? Because I think this is probably part of my story that I haven't talked a lot about, but I played college ice hockey and I played in a club in early grad school with the guys. Hockey and skating is in my blood. My mom wanted to be a figure skater growing up and she was unable to, so I was on the ice early on skates. I started figure skating, and before figure skating, the speed skaters were on. And so my brother, we did everything together, quickly decided, I don't want to figure skate, so we speed skated. And then when it came time to high school, we switched, right? Because it's more fun to be in a team and I could be the fastest on the hockey rink. So played ice hockey for a very, very long time. And it was such a big part of my identity. I think to answer your question, two of the things, which I don't even think I realized until I articulated them, But there's two very specific things that I've taken away from that almost 2 decades of my life. The first is around how I show up in teams. And for those of you that know the NFL and, know the NHL and know scoring, don't expect, your knowledge here. An assist is worth as much as a goal.
I didn't know that.
So you get a goal, you get 1 point, you get an assist, you get 1 point.
Okay.
And this equalization of I'm giving the assist or I'm scoring the goal doesn't matter in the ultimate ranking.
In that attribution, there's credit given.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I always thought about, especially now in this role, I don't need the goal.
Yeah.
I just need to provide the assist and remove the barriers to enable that organization, that team to shine. And so this has been such a big part of how I show up, and it's been embedded. And the second thing, coming back to the future, is skate where the puck is going. Not where it's going next, but skate where it is in the future, because the puck moves so fast. And it is akin to what is happening right now with technology, with AI, with everything. And so if I think about where we're trying to go in marketing, we are skating all the way to where the puck will be and not just where it is in the next pass. So I think it's a really fun parallel.
Oh, I love that. I love that. That's incredible. So what are you most excited about in terms of what Genentech has ahead of it?
I'm excited for so many things. I'm excited to honor the legacy of 50 years.
Yeah,
50
incredible.
years. We are here. We are started in the Bay Area. We are part of the host committee. And I'm excited to build on that legacy, but also think about how we evolve for the future, how we launch medicines faster. But interesting, if you look at our portfolio and where we are heading, it is into large consumer markets, right? Cardiometabolism, obesity, immunology, and IBD, for example. And that overlaps personally with a lot of the public health work and my background and training, but also this, again, back to this, making sure that you know who your consumer, customer, or person is at the end of that treatment. And I'm really excited to think about healthcare as driven by consumers and the idea of consumerism, and how Genentech can really be a part of that conversation and meet these people exactly where they're at, so that when you're navigating a healthcare decision, we are right there. The decision is guided by Genentech for you.
That feels really good to hear that, as a consumer, that the people who are behind those kinds of decisions are thinking about us at the center. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
So back to the Super Bowl. Do you have any favorites to win?
Well, let's just say I grew up next to Fenway Park on the Green Line.
Okay.
And so Fenway Park in Boston.
Hey, I'm from Boston, so
that's, yes.
Okay.
Have that in common. So that is, that should say it
So
all.
you and me both. Okay. That says enough. Yeah. Well, thank you. This was so awesome. It was so good to meet you.
Me too.
I'm so excited, and I can't wait to see what 50 years looks like to the rest of us.
Yeah.
You know what is happening on the inside. I can't wait to see the external results of your labor.
Great. Well, thank you for having me.
Of course. Of course.